So this video replaces our meeting on Wednesday of Thanksgiving week. I hope you all had a nice holiday. As we get ready for the test on this coming Wednesday, I believe that is December 1st, look over the homework. Be sure to look at questions 12 and 13, 22 through 30. We're going to do some sample problems from there. And then homework 6, questions 6 through 9 and 20 through 32. Those will get you, be sure to be able to do all of those. Okay, so let's take a look. We're going to look at number 12 from the homework and work through this. Okay, so here we go. So first of all, we've got some data here. Pull force for connectors used in automobile engine applications are follows. So this is the pull force. We're asked to calculate a point estimate of the mean pull-off force for all connectors in the population. So notice this is a sample, so the way we would go about getting a estimator would be to find the mean of the sample, and that should estimate the mean of the population. So I've copied the data from Wiley Plus into an Excel sheet. It took me a little bit to get it, but I was able to copy it. You can also enter them in. And what we need to do here is find the mean or the average. So what I'm going to do, just to be sure, we'll do an auto sum. And I'm just going to add all these together. So I'll select them all, hit enter. So that's the total sum of them all. And then to find the average, I just have to divide by however many there are. There are 26, 13 pairs. Well, they're not really pairs, but they're listed sort of there. But there's 26. So then if I take this number here, divided by 26, we get this number here as our answer. And see, it's 75. They want us to round the answers to 4 decimal places. So we'll do that. 75.6115. So that would be our point estimator there. Calculate point estimate of the pull-off force value that separates the weakest 50% of the connectors from the strongest 50%. Well, that's going to be the median. So we'll label these mean. So let's find the median. It's the dividing place between the top and bottom 50%. So we come here to our formulas. Let's have it find the median. Again, you could put them in order and, locate the median that way too. Since there's 26, it would be halfway between the two middle pieces. Oops, that's not what we want. Let's see. Median. Make it big. So we'll let the median, put in the statistical formula for median. And that's basically what this is asking us all the way around here. Is when we're finding point estimates, we're finding values from the sample that would and that gives us an estimate of the value, what the value would be in the population. So 75.2. space here for each of these. It's 2 decimal places, I guess we'll go with that. Calculate the point estimate of the population variance. So again, we'll find the variance of the sample. Now with Excel, that one's not there. We'll go there. So do they have variance? Usually what I do is I find the standard deviation, and it's the standard deviation of a sample, and then I square it, and that gives me the variance. But here's variance of a sample, so let's see if that works. Oops, that's variance of a sample. Select the data again. So that should be the variance of the sample, and let's do the variance, or sorry, the square root. That's the next question after this. Of course, you could just take that number, take the square root of it, but let's kind of, I guess, I don't know if I included all the data. Let's see. Go to I did A2 to M3, A2 to M3, so both of those. So what I'm going to do here is let's just take this one and square it and just see that those are the same number. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to take its square root. Square root. And then we should see we get the standard deviation. Okay, so again, these are just using the sample information. Calculate the point of the variance. That's going to be 2.76, 3 decimal places, 0. Standard deviation 1.661, and then standard error. Now that's going to be something a little different. What we're going to do is we're going to need to take the formula. Let's see, what's that formula? Right, it's going to be the standard deviation divided by the square root of n. So in this case, it's going to be sorry about that. I was just checking my answers. I was coming up slightly different answers than they had, but potentially I might have, my data might be a little different, you know how they are. So I mean, these are what I copied in there. So as long as the data is matching here, the main thing is the process. So if you're following this process, so take our standard deviation, 1.661, divided by the square root of 26 pieces of data, and that gives us 1.661 divided by square root of 26. Close there. 0.3 257. They want 2 decimal places, so that 2 goes up to a 3. Okay, and then finally calculate a point estimate of the proportion of all connectors in the populations whose pull force is less than 73 pounds. So we look up here, first of all, proportion 73 pounds. Here's one. Any others? Look at them. Any others less than 73 pounds? Nope, just one of them. So again, what we would do is say, okay, we use the sample. There was 1 out of 26. 1 divided by 26. So that would be about 0.03, how many 3 decimal places? 38, or 3.8%. Now they want the decimal, I'm sure, has 0.038, about 3.8%. Okay, so that's a point estimate, and that's what we got there. Next question to take a look at.